Hey guys, it's James, and I want to talk to you. So I think we've all noticed like the slow decline of CD stores in your area. Like I know for us, being up in Canada, our big store like HMV is like closing down stores, and like it's harder and harder to go buy actual CDs. I mean, you can go to like London Drugs or Walmart and you can get like CDs, but those are maybe the only couple stores still selling them. Like, it's really interesting seeing how hard it is now to actually go buy the actual physical disc. So, there's a lot of theories on why this is happening. I know the record companies are changing. I know artists are changing the way they're selling their music and they're putting it out there. So when you used to go to a record store, you used to be like, oh, I really want to go pick up the new so-and-so disc. And you used to go in and you'd be like, oh, there's all this other cool music too. So they're kind of like casting a net of like stuff that, hoping that you'd buy more than just one disc. And being in the store and having all music everywhere and movies and things like that as it branched out. But, they're hoping that you'll just go in and get, a whole bunch of music. So that's kind of casting a larger net. Not just that you're going to go in and buy one artist, one CD kind of thing. And one of the big points on that is the whole fact that was the only place to get music. Like music stores, you'd go in and you get like the actual disc and you'd be like, yeah. And if you wanted, if people were like, oh, we're releasing a new album, that's where you went to go get it. Nowadays, it's so different. Nowadays, it's all on the internet. People want to release things. There's YouTube. There's people uploading it. There's people streaming it. The band themselves are streaming it. The record company's streaming it. Like all this kind of stuff. But back in the day, CD stores were the only place to go get new music. And one of the things is when you bought a CD from a record store, you knew it was good music, meaning it was recorded well, it had a budget, and it had enough promotion budget to get put in the record stores. Now that necessarily didn't mean that it was like good music that you wanted to listen to, because everyone's got different musical tastes, but it was kind of like, if you went and picked up a disc, you knew it wasn't gonna be like some horrible local indie band kind of thing. But with the whole change of things, with bands releasing music online, they get to keep all the money. One of the big things is it costs a lot of money putting it in those stores, shipping it, creating it, putting it in, having the store employees all put it on the shelf. It costs a lot of money. So, bands only got maybe like 10% of, record sales and things like that. So it didn't really work out for them. Companies got a lot more, but then things had to get paid to, the people who produced the album, who ended up, recording the album, people who wrote for the album. It got dispersed all over the place. So in the end of the day, bands didn't get a lot of money. Now, in the new age and day, you can be a band, you can make music, and you can put it up and get 100% of what you get. Minus maybe there might be some percentage just taken away from iTunes or Bandcamp or things like that, which take a percentage so that they can put your music online. So with that being said, bands who put their music online have a better chance of it being bought by their fans, instead of like being like, oh, our music's available at Walmart, so then the fan has to like go all the way to Walmart and be like, oh cool, I gotta look for this band's music. No, they can sell it online or on their online store, so you can even buy a physical copy, but you can buy it from their website or from their iTunes or things like that, and it can go right to your computer, or you can actually buy the actual physical album too. So a lot of it's really cool, the fact that bands then get a greater percentage and they get this keep selling their music, and it allows them to do a lot of cool stuff for fans, put up tracks that aren't fully produced by like huge record companies and huge studios and things like that. This is why we have such a boom of artists that, local indie artists that are putting their music up on iTunes and Bandcamp and things like that, and people can be like, whoa, all this cool music, right? One of the downsides on that is that there's just so much music out there, you don't really know what to find. Like there's no one place where you can kind of be like, oh, I really want good music. You have to wade through a bunch of these different bands and things, and some have good music, some have okay music. And I'm not meaning like the genre or the style of music, I'm more meaning the production value. The people record albums in their bedrooms or stuff like this, and people record albums in huge professional studios. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't sound bad or it doesn't sound good, but one of the things is that It needs to be mixed well. It needs to be produced well. You can have a great sounding album done in your bedroom, but it needs to be done by someone who knows what they're doing. So when bands are then putting their music out there to their fans, and their fans are buying it, it's a better chance of them, getting their fans to buy it so they get to see the money that comes in. But it doesn't mean that they get to spread their music out there beyond what their fans are saying. If their fans are like, oh, this is really cool. Hey, buddy, you need to come listen to this music. Or they're at a party, or it's like, oh, hey, we're putting on this album. Who is this? Oh, that's really cool. That works out for bands, but it cuts down on the whole sharing of it, unless for some avid fans that love sharing the music of their, being like strong band supporters and things like this. But most of us just listen to it and just enjoy it. We're not really going out and telling all our friends, you have to listen to this band. I know a lot of avid music supporters are, myself included, but most people just love just listening to some tunes. So there's nothing wrong with that. So nowadays it's all about streaming. Streaming's actually become huge, and it's been really weird seeing it first become online music. We're selling it on iTunes, and Bandcamp became like really huge, actually paying for it though, not just free downloads, because bands who put the music out for free downloads are more doing it for promotion, being like, oh, everyone can hear my music, and then hopefully if they like it enough, they'll buy it later on. Now that works, but I can say a bunch of things about that, because it's nice having music out there accessible for people to listen to, but it's also good to, if you spend $2,000 in the studio, not to get any of that back, at least try and get some sales off it, get something, so you're not just spending all this money that goes to nowhere. So streaming has become a huge thing. Everyone now says, oh, it's streaming on Spotify, or streaming here, or streaming there, or even putting the album on YouTube so people can go listen to it and all this kind of stuff. So that's really cool and stuff like that. But it leaves the artists like, how do we make money from this if we're just streaming it? Because then people can go listen for free and just keep listening to it, and whenever they want to. It doesn't mean it's on their iPod so they can listen to it whenever. It means they have to be using data if they're streaming it, or at home on their computer, things like that. So I'd love to hear what you guys think and where the music is going. Like, what's going to happen after streaming? How are bands going to be able to make money from this? What's in the future for artists and music buyers? What do you guys as fans want to see bands do? Because I know I love when I get music from a band or something like that, I want to see all the work put into it. I love seeing behind the scene things. I love, doing all this extra stuff, I remember buying CDs, and there used to be posters in a little CD label, right? And you could fold it all out and put it on your wall and all this kind of stuff. So what do you guys want to see? Really let us know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And how do you guys get music? Do you guys stream? Do you guys download? Do you guys go out and buy actual discs? Let me know. Okay, thanks for the chat. It's kind of random. And keep rocking on. Check out all of our other cover-ups, all of our covers. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.